Jet is ready for us.
So at this point, I want us to jam those beautiful hands, keep clapping as we make welcome Daniel Honor. He's going to be taking us on how to brand yourself for value. Are you a marketer? Are you into business? This is the time. This is your time. And then he's also going to be sharing other things because he also deals with young people. He's also a coach for young people. He has a football club. So he's doing a lot of things. Like the people I roll with, that's what I told you. You roll with matters, right? He's multi everything, right? So I'm so glad to have you here. Please, the floor is yours. Thank you. Please celebrate it, clap. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. It's the perception around your business, around your product. If I should ask you, what is your perception of Globacom, for example? What is your perception when you see Glo advert on TV, or you see anybody buying a SIM card of Glo? What's the perception you have of MTN? Can someone just say something? What's your perception of MTN? Everywhere you go. What's your perception of Globacom?
Right.
That's what they're telling you. But what do you feel about the ground? There's something I noticed about Globacom. That's why I'm using them as an example. Starting off with them. People usually say their network is what? Is poor. That's the perception. They may spend so much money on advertising. But I know people, for example myself, I'm not going to get a glossy. Never. Because I already have that perception of them. No matter how much they spend money, they say they have the largest cable, everything in Africa. So I'm not still going to get a glossy. And they have the cheapest data rate. MTN has the most expensive data rate, and I use MTN. And I don't complain. Because they deliver. So again, it's perception, branding. It may be you keep to time. As a tailor, for example, tailors have a branding problem. And to make it as a tailor, I saw that they're saying there are slots for people to learn tailoring. And I saw in the banner skill acquisition. Yes, learning a skill is good. But trust me, it takes more than learning a skill to survive in Nigeria. It's that extra thing that differentiates you. Tailors already have a bad reputation. That, in fact, when people go to meet the tailor, they know they're going to get their clothes late. So they already have it at the back of their mind that if the tailor tells you 2 weeks, like a month or a month plus. But if you as a tailor, a fashion designer, whatever you want to call yourself, let me tell you, it's not about what you call yourself. Branding is not just what you put. Oh, some people, they call them tailor, they say, no, I'm not a tailor, I'm a fashion designer. But yet, people's clothes will sleep 1 year in your hand. What's the difference? But if you can create a perception around you, your brand that you're building, and you tell somebody, come in 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks the cloth is ready, trust me, that person is going to tell everybody that, come, I went somewhere, and for the first time, somebody came to his word or her word. That's how you create a brand. Especially when you're starting off. I see a lot of people, they spend so much money. I know many people, they spend money on advertising, on social media now. That's what it is. And then if you check under the advert, you see many people complaining about the service. And sometimes I say, just stop that advertising, because you are actually demarketing yourself. You see some people on the advert that send a product, and people are saying, the product is not what you're advertising, it's not working. And your service, you see some people, the service is bad. Some people will be demarketing you your adverts. I've seen it severally. I'm sure if you've seen different ads on Facebook or Instagram, you will see people commenting. There are some people, before they purchase from you, they are looking at reviews. You see, the service is bad. This is not. So, branding yourself, whether you are working or whether you are in business, is not about having a good logo. Because that's what people do. I see many people, They advertise, let's do branding service for you. And all they are doing in branding is doing logo, flyers, business cards, the website, and all that. Those are good, but that is not brand. That's not what makes somebody spend money. I mean, if you ask yourself, why did you buy anything? Why do you give somebody your added money in Nigeria that is tough today? Why do you buy? Or, I mean, there are different eateries. For some people have their favorite eatery where they go to eat. There are many pizza outlets. There's Domino's Pizza, there's Debona's, but I see people say, oh, I prefer this to this. Why do people have preferences? It's personal to them. But those brands have been able, whether consciously or subconsciously, been able to create an impression, a perception around their brand, around their business. That is why people love them. And you can have the same effect for your business or for yourself as an individual by creating a reputation of doing something well, of doing something good. I always tell people when I was in the world of digital marketing and consulting, I had to leave. The space got so saturated that people, Nigerian businesses, were looking for quick fixes. And I would tell them, I said, no matter the consulting you do, if your service is bad, there's nothing no advertising can do. Advertising will bring people in, but it's not what's going to retain them. And if you cannot retain your customers, your clients, you'll be out of business soon. I always tell people. So if you are here, you want to learn any skill, or you are just starting off, put this at the back of your mind. You have to satisfy your customer. Because trust me, in Nigeria today, once people are not willing to give second chances anymore. Once you mess up with them, with their money, they are gone. The other second chance is no more. Because the competition is so high. The competition. You're not the only one in the fashion design space. You're not the only one doing graphics design. You're not the only one doing websites. In fact, in my street, there are at least 2 people doing website design. The internet, there are so many of them. The competition is incredible. So, if you are going to survive, let me tell you something. Yes, everybody has dreams, everybody has ideas. As an entrepreneur, everybody has vision of what you want to do. But I always tell people, you have to get the basics right. Because without the basics or the foundation, there's nothing you can build on it. If you have the basics, you can do anything extra on it. You can advertise, you can do brand, influencer, that's what it's really now. Influencer, whatever, what is it called? Social media influencers or whatever. People pay huge money. I'll give you an example. I was discussing with a friend. He's into digital marketing and he was complaining to me because he knew, he was asking me why I left the space and all that. And he was complaining bitterly. Real estate. I remember saw what happened with Revolution Plus. We all heard the story. What happened? A big company. But a company that on a normal day shouldn't be having such problems if they get the basics right. The problem with many Nigerian businesses is let's make this money fast and let's move on. And so you see, rather than they focusing on the core of your business, what is the core? Because you want to brand yourself, you want to branding, let's make this clear, it's not logo. I'm repeating it so that you don't, when I'm saying branding, you understand what I'm saying. It's not your logo. Your logo is not, nobody gives a care about your logo when they want to patronize you. That's not what they're remembering. So you see a big company like Revolution Plus having problems. And they are paying millions. Because to advertise on channels is about 10 million. Yeah. It's not small because channels on cable TV everywhere. Everybody knows channels. So they pay people, celebrities to advertise for them, and yet the core of their business is wrong. That's something wrong with Nigerian businesses. Every business now wants to have an influencer marketing for them. Yet there are many complaints. So they're not getting the basics right. But if you tell them, they'll be like, It's what everybody is doing. Let me give you an example. Let me use MTN again. Airtel and Glo. I'm not sure you will see any company that has the amount of influencers they have. Am I lying? Hello? Please, let's interact. All these things that we can see because we all use these networks. How many of us use an MTN line here? If you use an MTN line, let me just see. Almost everybody. How many of us use an Airtel line here? How many of us use a Glo line here? You can see the hands are reducing and reducing. So why is it all the amount Glo? There was a time that it was so good for, let us say it was so bad, it was so good for Glo that every musician in Nigeria was under them. Any musician you can name was under Glo. They were doing adverts, doing everything. And yet, there are nobody, they are yet to surpass MTN. How many influencers have you seen MTN carry? If you can name 5 celebrities you see on MTN, name them for me. You can't name them from the top of your head. But I call Airtel now, you can name all the influencers. If you call Globacom now, you can name them. But which company has more reach? Which company does everybody? Anyone that's before now, obviously that's an MTN line. So don't make that mistake. I'm using this as an example so that you can understand. Because I like to use examples for people so that you know what I'm talking about. When you are branding, forget influencer or whatever. That's what people are trying to do now. They use, the funny thing, some people use comedians. Crack jokes, you see them every time. Your call. If you can satisfy one customer, you can satisfy 10. And if you can satisfy 10, you can satisfy 100. And a satisfied customer will always keep coming back. See, that is the only thing you need in business. Retention. It's not, I see many companies, they keep doing adverts every time. And I say, why do you keep doing advertising every time? You see, we're looking for new customers. I say, what about the old ones? What happened to them? You have forgotten them. I said, the same way they live is what the same way these new ones you are bringing are going to live. You have to begin to ask ourselves critical questions. Let me tell you, this is easy to follow what is going on. And what is going on is, let's get people. Banks, almost all businesses are following the same template. Let's just get people. Nobody is. If I should mention banks now, almost everybody will have a complaint about Nigerian banks. There's no industry I will call that you will not have to complain. Because everybody just wants what? The money. Let's carry money and go. In fact, 2 weeks ago, I was talking with a friend in the UK, and this is how bad Nigeria is. See, if you are honest in business, in the beginning, it will look like you are suffering. Let me tell you now. So, I will tell you the truth. If you are in business in Nigeria and you are honest and you are sincere and you do diligent work, at the beginning it will look as if you are suffering. But in business, you have to look long term. Except you are in it just to do yahoo. Okay, 6 months, 1 year, I'm done. I move to the next thing. But if you are in it to build a legacy, do it right. At the long run, others will die and you keep going. Let me tell you. See, what I'm telling you is that even big businesses fall to this temptation of fast money. So don't even look at, these big businesses, they are doing the right thing. No. There's this real estate agency called P1 or whatever. I don't know if any of you know them. That's big too. A friend of mine who is in the UK, and it was too bad because I can't even imagine the pain people are going through. She invested in these their lands, said, man, buy some estates, and she felt that, okay, she didn't want to use family member, but since people are recognized in Nigeria, I can invest with them. I'm outside the country, but let me have investment in Nigeria. And she invested about 5 or 6 million to buy some properties, some land. Only for her, the reason why she called is that she has been calling even the manager. They're not picking her call anymore. He said they are giving the person that sold the land was giving her excuse, we'll go back, we'll do this. But at the end of the day, she discovered there's no land for her, and she has paid money. There's no, but I don't think you've met anybody that hates fraud like me. When I talk about it, people say, why you is it to this people? Talk about politicians, talk about this, talk about that. I hate fraud. Let me tell you, Nigeria has a branding problem, and we think it is advertising that will solve it. But when Obasanjo was president, he did lots of branding, so-called. He went on CNN, he was advertising Nigeria. I can remember then, Nigeria, the heartbeat of Africa. I don't even know if you remember that advert on CNN. I still remember it. He did a lot to try to rebrand Nigeria's image. But what happened? It didn't work. Because branding is not advertising. They're different. Branding is not influencer marketing. It's not saying, we are the most, because ask any Nigerian now, our music is the best in the world now, is what is raining. But how many people come and invest in Nigeria? With everything we have, we are the one in Spotify, every streaming site. Our movies now are the best everywhere. But yet, when people want to come for serious business, they ignore Nigeria. They go to Ghana, they go to Kenya, they go to South Africa, they go to Botswana. Ask yourself why. You cannot buy a reputation. Let me repeat it again. You cannot buy reputation. You build reputation. There's no easy fix for having a good reputation. Some of us, that's what we want to buy it. What Nigeria is trying to do is to buy our way out of what the mess we are in. And you can't buy your way out. Nigerians, let me, to be honest with you, are one of the most gifted people in the world. I made a post on Facebook concerning tech. And why I was going to talk about Fiverr. So for those of you who are going to do business, please try and register on Fiverr. It's a platform where that can help you to make money. Because trust me, the Nigerian market is a bit saturated, but that's separate, by the way. In Fiverr is a platform, it's a freelance platform. Anybody can go there. You can sell anything. Let me tell you something. There's nothing you cannot sell. You just need to know the right place to do it. Even my big madam here, you can coach people how to sing on Fiverr and they'll pay you. I have a football academy. I'm a coach. I went to the US. I have my certificate. I'm still on Fiverr. And people pay for 10 minutes video. You'll be surprised. For very little things. You'll pay as much as $50 for a 10-minute video just to teach them. I see people, I have a friend who teach, she's a musician like you. She just teaches people how to sing. She went to music school. She plays the guitar. Well, I'll teach her how to play the guitar. I'll teach her how to hit a high note. And you'll be surprised how much people are making from Fiverr or Upwork. So if you have a skill, don't just think local. Think global. You're in a global space right now. The internet has made everything accessible to you. So don't just think, where is this Ichigo or Ikoton? Yeah. And say, okay, I want to just. Let me tell you, you could be a tailor and you may never have any customer in your locality. Hey, listen. It could be that your customers from through Facebook or social network, they could be on the island. That's where your customers are. But because you do good work, that's the only thing I will sell you. Just be diligent in your work. So back to Nigeria, we are trying to. There was a data that came out about Indians. India has a huge population. I think there are 1.2 billion Indians in the world. So with that amount of people, it's hard for the government to create jobs. So they are trying different ways to go about it. And the government is what they call the gig economy. So the Indian government is helping people, sponsoring people. Oh, you are in tech. You are one of the biggest people in tech now. They are sought after in tech. In the US, you must have a Indian CEO to show that yes, you are really in tech. But how did that happen? India didn't begin to do advertising or anything. And they have a fraud problem. It's the same thing with us. But there's an issue, there's something I'm going about. We say there's poverty in Nigeria, which is why I'm against fraud. There's poverty in Nigeria, but with freelance, you can make money. The problem is this: people do not trust Nigerians. Whenever you are speaking with anybody outside the country, and you just mention, I'm from Nigeria, that's the end. No matter how good you are, no matter how talented you are, there is something they say: a good name is better than many riches. People use now, the young people of our generation, they say, we just want the riches. There will come a time you can't scam people again. What are you going to do? It's the truth. A time will come. Many of us here, we know people who are doing yahoo yahoo. Let's not deceive ourselves. We know one or two people. Secondary school students now are doing yahoo yahoo. I have seen. I have someone who want to follow him where he's going to. Because people no longer believe in all those things. People want quick fix. What is a 15-year-old doing with 2 iPhones? Something that will kill you is what you are giving a child. Because what we want to be, you see the news, is happening. 17-year-old killing the girlfriend, cutting off the head. He's 17-year-old. And you think it's not a problem in this country. At least I remember when I was growing up, that was not the problem of the 17-year-old. We had other problems, but it was not money and cutting off people's head. Now you have 15-year-olds doing money ritual, and you ask yourself why? Because nobody wants to pay the price anymore. Everybody wants it fast. So I'm telling you here, as a young person, it's the best time to tell you. Your reputation, you can build it by doing the right thing. By doing the right thing. That job you are doing, that you see, there you say, nobody. Let me tell you, people are always watching. Even when you think people are not seeing you, people are watching you. They know. People know who is honest and who is dishonest. They're not going to tell it to your face, but they know. That business you are doing, they are watching you. They are seeing you. All your actions. And that's the truth. So people are going to, I know I've gone to many places, they say, I see them, they give tips for branding, they give tips for, and I always ask them, I ask people, I say, what is the review of your product, your service? What is the review like? Let me see it. And they ask why do you want to see reviews? I say, I know why. Some people don't even reply customers. Customers who have complained, that's even the worst thing. You just leave them hanging. And they are watching. Say, okay, no problem. And they go and they dim. Let me tell you something. If somebody wants to demarket you, no amount of advertising you can do will save you. If people organically start demarketing you, forget it, you are gone as a brand, as a company. Before you will remove yourself from it, to take the grace of God. It will take the grace of God. Once they start demarketing you as a brand, nothing can save you. But once people start marketing you by themselves, that come, there's something they say in marketing, word of mouth is better than advertising. You can't buy it. Once I see something that is good, I go and tell, because that's how we are social creatures. When I see something that is good, I go and tell my mother, I will tell my brother, come, go here, this place, I trust them. Definitely, if Auntie Joy here tells me, I know somebody that can do this thing well for you, what am I going to do? Since she has told me, I'm going to go. Rather than me going to Google and be looking, is this one a scam? Is this one not? So branding is not something you buy. It's not advertising. It's not logo. I've seen businesses without websites that are beating people who have websites and have all the social media handles, have the whole everything. People want good service. People want value for their money. And value for their money is not what you determine, it's what they determine value is. You cannot determine value for me. No matter how much Glow advertise, if I determine that their service does not have value, I'm not going to patronize them. No matter how much they think it has value. They can sit down in their board meeting and thinking, oh, we have value, we are doing this, we are lining cable, we are doing. I don't want all those ones. I want that if I buy, my brother was a very ardent Glow user till he left and began using Airtel and MTN. And what was the problem? Why did he move to Glow in the first place? It was cheap. Glow has the cheapest data. Yes, it's true. But I always step over and say, why is it cheap? Probably because it's not good. It's not as good as those who are more expensive than them. And it's the truth. And they will buy 10 or 20 gig before, will buy like 30 gig very cheap. But it's always, he will use more than 2 gig. Why? No network. He got frustrated and what? And he left. I'm not saying this to the market Glow. Glow, there are people who use them, who love them. And that's fine because it's a personal thing. So you have to build your own reputation, your own perception. That you want to reach a stage where your customers become loyalists to you. That if anybody attacks you, they will defend you. That's when you know you are building a brand. That on your own, you didn't ask anybody to fight for you. But somebody is saying something wrong or bad about your business. Somebody is there to fight for you. You are building a brand. Are you understanding? And how will somebody be able to fight for you? Because the person knows that truly your service is top notch. You do what you say you are going to do. But if you are the kind of person, for example, they are trashing tailors and they bring up your name, they can't defend you if you are the one that will. There are some tailors, not only will they not deliver your clothes to you on time, they will steal out of your material. I don't even understand how people do this. They are laughing. Has it happened to you before? Who has it happened to you before? That you give them material, it's not enough. Not only will they give you late, they will. I'm sorry to say, I do not sew clothes. Any traditional you see me on, somebody just gave it to me. Somebody has gone to sew and gave it to me. Or maybe somebody is doing party or wedding or birthday and they say, come. Like my sister did wedding now, we sold like 2 or 3 native. And that's how I used to have native. I do not go to tailor. I don't want headache. So I don't even patronize, say, so let me ready-made, let me buy and be going. Because I don't want that headache. It's the truth, I'm sorry to say. And there are people like that. They don't want, if you can lessen the burden of your customer, trust me, they will love you. So if you are here, please learn. Don't just be like, because if you see other people doing, now so will they do it. That's what they will tell you. Every industry you go to, they will tell you this is how they do it here. If you follow them, if you see their life and their condition, that's how you'll be like. You have to be different. You have to do something different. If you want to escape the condition that others are in, you have to be unique and different. You cannot be unique and different when you are doing the same thing. It's not possible. You have to differentiate yourself. And you're not going to differentiate because you're not going to differentiate yourself by just doing beautiful designs and flyers on social media. Trust me, all those things they are good, but they are secondary. They are what? They are secondary. They're not the most important thing. I'm always going to drum it up anytime I can. For anybody who is doing business, Nigeria depends on you. You don't know it, but this country depends on people who are doing business. And if we are not honest in our dealings, we are going to keep going down. And you will keep wondering why nothing is working in the country. We will keep wondering why there's no business, there's no nothing. They won't tell you, they won't teach you this. If they go to a business school, they will teach you, these are the marketing strategy. They will give you all those things, they give everybody. But trust me, you have to be different. As an entrepreneur, the future of this country is in your hands. As an entrepreneur, a business owner, whether you're small, micro, or big, the future of this nation depends on you. How you run your business says a lot about you as a person. And it also says a lot about this nation. That's why anywhere I am opportune to do work with anybody who is outside who is not a Nigerian, I make sure I do my best. Why am I doing that? So that I'm opening doors for other people. Reason why you talk to an American, they say, I don't want to do anything with you. Because somebody else, they've had a bad experience. So nobody is going to pave the way for you. You are going to pave the way for yourself. You say, they've spoiled it. No, when you come in contact to do a good job, do it well. I'm going to close lastly with this. I want to close on time. Like I said, we've chatted at the meeting I came from. Anything that concerns government, it always give me a headache. As I like to distance, but you know, there are some things you just do. You just have to be with government. That's just the truth. I was reading a story about a man. He's from Akwa Ibom. He's in the UK. He said something. He said he had his master's. He was applying for jobs. He's an engineer or something. And he was applying for jobs, and he was not getting it. He was never passing the first stage. And he was qualified. No, he was not qualified. And they are looking for jobs. So he thought about something. He changed the first name. His first name is Indian. His middle name is Victor. And so he removed Indian and just used Victor. And he said the moment he did that, he was getting job offers. The moment and people were like, he's betrayed Nigeria. He's not proud of his heritage. He's not proud of where he's coming from. I said, are you going to feed him over there? You're saying you're not proud. He has family and children. You're telling him he's not proud of his heritage. Is it the heritage is going to feed his children over there? Who pride him? But it's the truth. I always say, let me tell you, the truth is this. I'm not going to deceive you as I'm closing. Doing the right thing is going to be difficult because you have a need. So I'm not going to just preach one side and leave the other side. Yeah, you all have needs. I have needs too. You want to feed, you want to live good and all. But again, you are thinking long term. Don't just think, now, let me scam it. Let me tell you, it is never enough. Once you start, to stop is difficult. So stay in the right path. I believe everybody has a bright future. But, as they say, your destiny is in your hands. Keep doing the right thing, and it will pay off.
Thank you. My question goes to first Mr. Daniel. Okay. Yes. I wanted to ask concerning. You said something about when your business has been marketed and to take the grace of God to bring it back. You know, I'm a business person and I have to attend to my customers directly. And I know that you can't please every customer. That's one thing I know. Some people are difficult naturally. Okay. So now are you going to break your neck to keep everybody? Because the way my business is very small, so I have to do everything basically because I have very few people around to assist. So now how I wanted to ask, how do you handle those ones that are very difficult? The ones that there's nothing you do in this world to please them. Thank you.
They are in this country who are just there to I call them disruptive people. They are there to waste your time. They are there to, just give the headache. But this is what you do as a small business. Being a small business is good because it makes you to be laser focused. So you know what you can do and you know what you can't do. The problem small businesses have is that they want to compete with big businesses. Big businesses have structures. They have different people handling different aspects. But the advantage you have is that you can do one thing and do it well. What you need to do in such situations is that if you've promised somebody, for example, you're going to deliver something at a particular time, do it. If the person has any other thing he wants you to do, then you can begin to talk about that. But you don't stress yourself for it. And in the situation where there's hiccups, you can't deliver on time, that's why it's good to keep records. Okay, communicate with the person. So even if the person interacts you, they do it on social media, they call have receipts. If you have your receipts and people see that they've been, let me use an example, sorry, let me not waste time. There have been cases where they've dragged some celebrities, for example, Ronaldo and Neymar. Ladies will come out and say they raped them or they molested them. And those celebrities will bring out screenshots, different things to prove their own case. So for you as a business person, you have to be able to prove that you've delivered on what you promised. So if you advertise, oh, I'm selling this, it is this size, it's this color, or something. If you are selling a bag, for example, you posted on Facebook, the color of the bag is red. Don't deliver pink or blue. That's why if they drag you, nobody will help you. But if you posted red and you delivered red, everything, nobody can drag you. Even if somebody is dragging you, people will know that you are right. Okay, hope it's clear.
Alright, my name is Daniel Honor. I am one of the facilitators for today's seminar. I've known Joy for quite a while. She is a good friend, a very interesting individual. Just here to give my support because I love what she's doing for the Nigerian youth. It's not easy, giving your time, sacrificing your time, your energy, your resources to better other human beings is something that I encourage and something that I love, and that's why I'm here. And I'm here to speak for the youths on branding. It was a great time. The seminar was fantastic. I was able to speak to them about building a reputation. Reputation is not something that is bought, it's something that you have to build from the ground up. Honesty is something that is lacking in Nigeria right now. We see lots of youths, a lot of young people, teenagers who are into fraud, into scams, some even into money rituals, killing people for money. That shouldn't be the story of the Nigerian youth. But without people like Joy, who will tell the youths a different story, we are just going to keep repeating the cycle. So that's why I'm very excited about what she's doing. I'm here to give my support, to also give my time, to encourage her so that she can keep moving forward with the plans she has ahead. I've spoken with some of the youth, some of the teenagers. They're very excited, they're very interesting people. And I hope to see more of them. I hope to be much more involved in a foundation, which is doing tremendously, by the way. So I'm just here to give her encouragement and just tell her to keep pushing ahead. At the end of the day, she's going to hit the sky.